Alright, I'm going to provide you guys some very basic stuff, and it's quite useful as to what to do with a small engine, snowblowers, lawnmowers, whatever, for storage. Biggest problem people have is they leave the gasoline inside of it. You don't want to do that. The gasoline basically, it breaks down and it turns into kind of a turpentine, real thick gooey stuff. It clogs up jets inside your carburetor, and it just makes a big mess. Next thing you know, it won't start the next season, and you're having to send it off to the shop and have it fixed. Usually comes with a hefty bill. I'm going to cover some very simple steps for you to show you what to do with the thing and how to do it. They're very easy. Just about anybody can do it. So, like I said, first thing, you want to get the gas out of this thing. When it comes towards the end of your season, got your fuel, goes inside of here. Try to plan accordingly. Don't fill it up all the way if you know the season's coming to an end for winter, or if it's for summer for your lawnmower. Just put some gas in there, just enough to get you to cut the grass. That way when the season's over with, you can get the gas out and it's very quick and easy. Okay, there's a couple of options here that we can go about with getting the gas out of it. One of them is simply just starting the machine up and just letting it run. Just let it run until it runs out of fuel. Then what you'll want to do, if your machine is equipped with a choke, is my choke on my machine is right here. Flip the choke. That would be running. This would be full choke, like when you're going to start it cold. Flip the choke on to full once it does stall out when it's out of gas. Flip it on full choke and then let it run until it dies out again. You get most of the fuel out that way. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the bottom of this, and you're going to see underneath here this part right here, this round piece right here. That's actually your float bowl. That's where the gasoline goes into the carburetor. We got two bolts here. We got this center bolt, then we also have this bolt right here. If yours does have this one that sticks down a little bit further, this is your drain hole. Here's a better view of it. You can see there's the bowl. It's the big round brass looking piece. Their center bolt holds the carburetor in. That lower piece hanging down, this guy right here, this is your drain. Take this off. This looks like it's probably like an 11 or a 12 millimeter. Just crack it loose, turn it out, and then gasoline will come pouring out of there. So have a pan underneath it to catch it. But getting all of the gas out of it, that's essentially what you need to do. I have a couple other engines that I will show you. They're all very similar, and the other ones, which they're summer engines. Essentially, we're just taking this bolt, cracking it loose, and letting the gas drain out of it. I will show you those here in a minute. This engine right here, this is it's a Briggs & Stratton. It's for my pressure sprayer. You can see gasoline goes in here. Got this big piece right here. This is where your air filter is housed. This is the screw to take off, and the whole assembly basically comes out. You can get at your air filter. Not a bad idea to change those once a year, along with your oil. Change your oil every year, as long as you're using it for residential use. We'll go over to the front here, and then we go down. There's our carburetor bowl. That's where the fuel is stored inside for the carburetor. We'll go on the bottom side, right in the center there. That nut, or that bolt, is what you need to take. Just loosen it up. Again, gasoline is going to come out of it, so have something underneath to catch it. But that is the bolt that you need to take out and get the fuel drained out of it. So get the fuel out of it. Again, same thing. Run the machine till it's out of fuel. Get the fuel out of the fuel tank. If it has a shut-off valve, turn the shut-off valve to off. Once you do have all the fuel out of it, go to the carburetor, loosen that nut or that bolt, and then drain the fuel out, and you should be good. Here's my lawnmower engine. This is a Tecumseh style engine. You got your air filter, carburetor with the float bowl. This one's silver. Intake going into the engine here. You can kind of see the front. She's hanging from the rafters, but again, it's the same thing. On the very bottom, there's a nut or a bolt. You can kind of see it right here. I believe that one's a 12 millimeter. It's on the bottom of the float. That is, you crack it loose. Gasoline will come out of it, and then do that until you get all the fuel out of it. So, but yeah, that's what you're gonna want to do to get these things stored. Essentially, just get the gas out. That's about it. So, we'll go to the bottom here. I'll show you. This is very common for just about every single engine that you'll see that is on a lawnmower. There's this that little square nut that is right about here. Your standard ratchet will go inside there with an extension. It's a 3/8 size. Open that, take that out. That's how you drain the oil out of it. So like I said, just about every single engine that's on a lawnmower is going to have that style. And just about every snowblower is going to be similar to this. This engine is an LCT. You see on the side, we got this guy sticking out right here. This is going to be your oil drain for just about every snowblower. But about everyone's going to have this style on it. So typically with me, I take the tire off, put a piece of wood on the bottom side of it, so that way it's kind of sitting upright a little bit, and then drain the oil out. With mine, I have this guy right here. Just flip that up, and then we got this that'll come out. This pin right here. The pin comes out, and then the whole tire assembly will slide off. So then you can put a pan underneath so that way you can drain the oil out. Most engines, most of these small engines that are probably about 8 horse, 10 horse and smaller, typically are using 1 quart of oil or less. So best to read your owner's manual if you have doubt, or just add a half a quart and then kind of go from there. A lot of engines nowadays too, they do have dipsticks. Typically that is also where you fill your engine oil up. Just make sure that you look and see where your lines are supposed to be. Don't overfill them, please. It's bad. Aerates the oil. So a lot of people think spark plugs are the cause for a machine not starting up. Typically they're not. If you do want to know where your spark plug is, if it is an overhead valve style like this one is, your spark plug essentially is underneath this guy right here. Just grab this, kind of twist it and pull at the same time. It comes right off. There's your spark plug. It's that white porcelain ceramic piece right down inside of there. You can take that, you can put your wrench on there, turn it out, look at it. If it's wet, probably not a bad idea to maybe hold a lighter onto it. You're not going to blow up with that. It won't burn either. Just kind of get the extra moisture off. And then turn the engine over a couple times if you're having a hard time starting it. Put this plug back in, and then put everything back on. These style here, when you push them on, kind of twist and push, and you'll feel a click. Do that again for you. Push and twist. It'll click. She's fully seated then. So on a smaller, another engine like Briggs & Stratton, Tecumseh's, they're not an overhead valve, a lot of them, so they're a little bit different, and I will show you those in a minute. Most Briggs & Stratton and just about every Tecumseh that's out there, they're what's known as a flathead style, where the valves are on the side of the engine and they're not overhead. This is your spark plug wire. This is going to your spark plug right here. Here's another angle of it. This is your spark plug. Same thing. Twist and pull. It comes off very easily. Spark plug changing typically every couple of years. It's not a very common thing that wears out. Most engine problems with hard starting is related to the carburetor and old dirty fuel that's inside of it. Well, that about concludes it. Just a quick recap. Like I said, get the fuel out of the fuel tank, get it out of the carburetor, and then you can store it. it's pretty much a 99% guarantee that it will start come next season once you put fresh, clean fuel back inside of it. So change the oil once a year. That's all you really need to do. Once you're done with the season, just go ahead, park it. When you're ready to go use it the next year, go buy a quart. Most engines are going to be using a 30 weight. Some of them, like this LCT here for the snow engine, that is using a 530. This Briggs & Stratton pressure sprayer, that is using a 30 weight, along with my Tecumseh that is on my lawnmower engine. Just about every lawnmower engine out there, they're using 30 weight. So any questions on that, that should hopefully tell you what you need to do. So any other questions, comments, or anything like that you may have, please comment on this YouTube page here. I will get back to you as quickly as I possibly can and try to help answer your questions for you. So hopefully this was very helpful for you, and good luck, guys.